Welcome to U.S. Election Center. Tonight I have live coverage of the first debate of the 2020 Democratic primary. It is June 26, 2019. Ladies and gentlemen, it's only the first night of the debate. Actually, tomorrow night is the second part of the debate. Both of the debates will have 10 candidates. And out of the total 20 candidates, all want that nomination. That nomination to go up against President Donald Trump in 2020 and regain the presidency for the Democratic Party. The 10 candidates tonight are Cory Booker, Julian Castro, Bill de Blasio, John Delaney, Tulsi Gabbard, Jay Inslee, Amy Klobuchar, Beto O'Rourke, Tim Ryan, and Elizabeth Warren. It is set to begin here in only a few minutes at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and it will end around 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So again, welcome everybody. Here we go. It's about to start. There will be some commercial breaks in between. It is, again, like I said, it's about to start here in about a minute. Hopefully you guys will enjoy. Hopefully I can look at the chat later on. Can't look at the chat right now. So I'm gonna start the actual the audio for this. Hopefully you can hear it.
Terrain that we are about to see them navigate as we speak, guys. The debate is about to start. You can see those candidates there lining up in the podium. You can watch this on NBC News, on Telemundo, on MSNBC. We want to give a big thank you to Zerlina, Shermichael, Alex, and Jackie. They're going to stick with us. We're going to have a post-debate show because we will be right back after the debate with more from our college panel as well and analyses from these guys. But for now, we are going to hand it over to our team in Miami, and we hope that you enjoy watching this debate as much as we will. See you soon.
Usually I like to take notes with debates, but I'd rather read the Communist Manifesto.
Democratic debate in the 2020 race for president.
Hi, I'm Savannah Guthrie, and tonight is our first chance to see these candidates go head-to-head on stage together. We'll be joined in our questioning tonight by our colleagues, Jose Diaz-Balart, Chuck Todd, and Rachel Maddow.
Voters are trying to nail down where the candidates stand on the issues. What sets them apart, and which of these presidential hopefuls has what it takes?
Now, it's time to find out.
Tonight, round one, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, former Housing Secretary Julian Castro, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio, former Maryland Congressman John Delaney, Hawaii Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard, Washington Governor Jay Inslee, Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar, former Texas Congressman Beto O'Rourke, Ohio Congressman Tim Ryan, and Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren. From NBC News, Decision 2020, the Democratic Candidates Debate. Live from the Adrian Arch Performing Arts Center in Miami, Florida.
Here we go. Oh yes. Clap. Clap. You sheep.
Center and all across the country. Tonight, we're going to take on many of the most pressing issues of the moment, including immigration, the situation unfolding in our
Immigration.
and the treatment of migrant children.
The treatment of
Talk about
migrants.
the tensions with Iran, climate change, and of course, we'll talk about the economy, those kitchen table issues so many Americans face every day.
And some quick rules of the road before we begin. 20 candidates qualified for this first debate. We'll hear from 10 tonight and 10 more tomorrow. The breakdown for each was selected at random. The candidates will have 60 seconds to answer and 30 seconds for any follow-up.
Because of this large field, not every person will be able to comment on every topic, but over the course of the next 2 hours, we will hear from everyone.
John Delaney and Jay Inslee at the end. That's because they said. Hopefully, like half of these people leave after the debate. I think.
So with that business out of the way, we want to get to it. And we'll start this evening with Senator Elizabeth Warren. Senator, good evening to you.
Thank you.
You
No
have
opening statement.
many plans: free college, free childcare, government health care, cancellation of student debt, new taxes, new regulations, the breakup of major corporations. But this comes at a time when 71% of Americans say the economy is doing well, including 60% of Democrats. What do you say to those who worry this kind of significant change could be risky to the economy?
So
I think of it this way. Who is this economy really working for? It's doing great for a thinner and thinner slice at the top. It's doing great for giant drug companies. It's just not doing great for people who are trying to get a prescription filled. It's doing great for people who want to invest in private prisons, just not for the African Americans and Latinx whose families are torn apart, whose lives are destroyed, and whose communities are ruined. It's doing great for giant oil companies.
She's already making it about race.
Just not for the rest of us who are watching climate change bear down upon us. When you've got a government, when you've got an economy that does great for those with money and isn't doing great for everyone else,
that's the point.
Corruption, pure and simple. We need to call it out. We need to attack it head on, and we need to make structural change in our government.
It's all about hierarchy. You're either going to fall inside of equality or hierarchy.
You call programs like free college something you might do if you were, quote, a magic genie.
Yeah.
To be blunt, are the government programs and benefits that some of your rivals are offering giving your voters, people, a false sense of what's actually achievable?
Well, first, the economy.
Yes.
We know that not everyone is
Answer the
sharing
question.
in its prosperity. And Donald Trump just sits in the White House and gloats about what's going on.
Don't make it about Donald
so
Trump.
Many people that
You
are
will
having
lose.
trouble affording college and having trouble affording their premiums. So I do get concerned about paying for college for rich kids. I do.
No,
But I think
it's already
my
scaling
plan,
back.
is a good one. And my plan would be to, first of all, make community college free. Make sure that everyone else besides
She's already
college
scaling
and
back
gets help with their education.
her position.
My own dad and my sister got their first degrees with community.
I'm just going to mute this real quick because, look, see, she's already scaling back on her position that thought, you know, it was a crazy idea for free college and stuff like that. Well, and now look, she is heading already more towards the left, and that's what this debate's all about. Who can be farther left? Who can promise more free stuff? That's all it's about. Nothing more. It's all about this. So here's the next question.
What we've just been discussing and talking about is how much fundamental change to the economy is desirable and how much is actually doable. In that vein, some Democrats want a marginal individual tax rate of 70% on the very highest earners, those making more than $10 million a year. Would you support that? And if not, what would your top individual rate be?
This economy has got to work for everyone. And right now we know that it isn't. And it's going to take all of us coming together to make sure that it does. Necesitamos incluir cada persona en el éxito de esta economía.
Oh my gosh.
Pero si queremos hacer eso, necesitamos incluir cada persona en nuestra democracia. Cada votante necesitamos la representación.
Oh my gosh. He's speaking in Spanish. This is America. Speak English.
Those who can pay for access and outcomes. That's how you explain an economy.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely hate it. Why are you pandering to a minority that wants to destroy this country? Speak English, please, Robert O'Rourke. Answer the question.
Because we return power to the people.
To the people.
Tax, no gerrymandering, automatic and same-day voter registration.
Answer the question.
And a new Voting Rights Act to get rid of the barriers that are in place now. That's how we each have a voice in our democracy and make this economy work for everybody.
That's time, sir. I'll give you 10 seconds to answer. If you want to answer the direct question, would you support a 70% individual marginal tax rate? Yes, no, or pass?
I would support a tax rate and a tax code that is fair to everyone. Tax capital at the same rate that you tax.
Oh, it doesn't want to answer.
Take that corporate tax rate up to 28%. You would generate the revenues you need to pay for the programs we're talking about.
That's time. Thank you.
So 28% is enough.
There is a debate in this party right now
Oh.
on corporations, as you know.
Oh.
Senator Warren in particular.
Beto O'Rourke did not answer the question. That's not going to be very good for him.
You've said we should not, quote, be running around pointing at companies and breaking them up without any kind of process. Why do you disagree?
I don't think I disagree. I think we have a serious problem in our country with corporate consolidation. You see the evidence of that in how dignity is being stripped from labor. And we have people that work full-time jobs and still can't make a living wage. We see that because...
Okay, basically we're just going to hear the same message throughout the night, but I do want to make something clear. They are the Democratic Party, and the Democratic Party has always, in a sense, been the party of give the power to the little guy, give the power to the person who doesn't matter if we should or shouldn't, who we want in charge. So that's, I don't know what to say. This is a Democratic debate. So you're going all these people, Democrats, democracy, equality. That's what all these all the debates will be about anyway. So we'll see here how it continues. It's getting pathetic already. Let's see. I'll turn this back on.
As Senator Warren has briefly. Why is that?
Well, again, I will single out companies like Halliburton or Amazon that pay nothing in taxes and our need to change that. And when it comes to antitrust law, what I will do is, number one, appoint judges that will enforce it. Number two, have a DOJ and a Federal Trade Commission that will go through the processes necessary to check this kind of corporate concentration. At the end of the day, we have too much of a problem with corporate power growing. We see that with everything from Citizens United and the way they're trying to influence Washington. It's about time that we have a president that fights for the people in this country.
That's time,
we
sir.
need to have someone that's a champion for them.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Warren, I mentioned you. Are you picking winners and losers?
So the way I understand this is there is way too much consolidation now in giant industries in this country. That hurts workers, it hurts small businesses, it hurts independent farmers, it hurts our economy overall, and it helps constrict real innovation and growth in this economy. Now look, we've had the laws out there for a long time to be able to fight back. What's been missing is courage. Courage in Washington to take on the giants. That's part of the corruption in this system. It has been far too long that the monopolies have been making the campaign contributions, have been funding the super PACs, have been out there making sure that their influence is heard and felt in every single decision that gets made in Washington. Where I want to start this is I want to return government to the people, and that means calling out the names of the monopolists and saying I have the courage to go after them.
Thank you.
Wow, you're so brave. So brave.
Secretary Castro, the next question is for you. Democrats have been talking about the pay gap for decades. What would you do to ensure that women are paid fairly?
There is no pay gap.
Thank you very much for that question, Lester. I grew up with a mother who raised my brother Joaquin and me as a single parent. And I know what it's like to struggle. I know what it's like to rent a home and to worry about whether you're going to be able to pay the rent at the first of the month, and to see a mom work very, very hard and know that moms across this country are getting paid less simply because they're women.
Not true.
Several things, starting
Not
with
true.
we should have done a long
It's
time
been
ago,
debunked over
which is
and over and
capacity
over and over and over and over again.
Finally,
Oh,
and
boy.
also pursue legislation so that women are paid equal pay for equal work in this country. It's past time that we did that. And, we have to do this. If we want to be the most prosperous nation in the 21st century, we need to make sure that women are paid what they deserve.
All right, thank you. I want to put the same
They-
question
oh
to
my gosh,
Congresswoman
such
Gephardt.
lies.
Your thoughts on equal pay?
No, first of all, let's recognize the situation we're in. That the American people deserve a president who will put your interests ahead of the rich and powerful. That's not what we have right now.
Oh my gosh.
I enlisted in the Army National Guard after the Al-Qaeda terror attacks on 9/11. I could go after those who had attacked us on that day. I still serve as a major, served over 16 years, deployed twice to the Middle East, and in Congress served on the Foreign Affairs and Armed Services Committees for over 6 years. I know the importance of our national security, as well as the terribly high cost of war. And for too long, our leaders have failed us, taking us from one regime change war to the next, leading us into a new Cold War and arms race, costing us trillions.
Yeah, because Donald
of
Trump
our
isn't the one that
taxpayer
backed out of
dollars
the
and
attack,
countless
right?
lives. This insanity must end. As president, I will take your hard-earned taxpayer dollars and instead invest those dollars into serving your needs, things like health care.
Okay, anyway. See, everyone thinks it's Donald Trump that's leading us into wars. Yeah, basically, yeah, he's sending more troops into the Middle East, but he is still the one that said no to the attack on Iran. Okay, he's still the one. You had John Bolton, Mike Pompeo. Basically, you have the whole White House of advisors. All the advisors of the White House who say go to war. Okay, because of course they have their hand in the pot. But Donald Trump was the one, whether or not it was 10 minutes before, 10 seconds before, 10 hours before the strike, it doesn't matter. Donald Trump was still the one that said no. So Donald Trump is still prudent. He is still cautious. And at the same time, he is going to defend our country like we saw in Syria. He is willing to bomb. He is willing to use force. So let's see what Jay Inslee, basically mini Al Gore, has to say.
He has to be strong and bold and progressive. And in New York, we've proven that we can do something very
Or I'm sorry, Bill de Blasio.
People. And let me tell you, every time you talk about investing in people and their communities, you hear folks say there's not enough money. What I say to them every single time is there's plenty of money in this world. There's plenty of money in this country. It's just in the wrong hands. We Democrats have to fix that. Congressman Delaney, do you agree?
I think we need to do real things to help American workers and the American people, right? This is the issue that all of us here on the campaign trail. We need to make sure everyone has a living wage. And I've called for a doubling of the earned income tax credit, raising the minimum wage, and creating paid family leave. That will.
What is a living wage? Is a living wage meaning you're able to buy the newest iPhone? Or is a living wage being able to buy your needs, being able to live comfortably enough? Democrats will make the living wage a wage of millionaires, a wage of business owners. A living wage is not a wealthy or excessive or comfortable wage. They want to make a comfortable, rich lifestyle. It's not going to be possible.
I know how to create jobs. We need a short-term strategy, which is to put money in the pockets of workers with the earned income tax credit, raising the minimum wage, and creating paid family leave. And then we need to have a long-term strategy to make sure this country is competitive and we're creating jobs everywhere in this country.
Governor Inslee, how would you address income inequality?
Well, I'm a little bit surprised. I think plans are great.
Here's mini Al Gore.
We've got to realize the people who brought us the weekend, unions, are going to bring us a long overdue raise in America. And I'm proud of standing up for unions. I've got a plan to reinvigorate collective bargaining so we can increase wages finally. I marched with the SEIU folks. It is not right that the CEO of McDonald's makes 2,100 times more than the people slinging hash at McDonald's.
Why isn't it? Why isn't it? The CEO worked hard to get to that position. And he's smart to keep that position. You can't be stupid. You can't just magically appear there. But whatever. Everyone should be a CEO, right? The thing is about a democratic world is that there's no one at the top, bottom, or middle, but you need people at the top, bottom, and middle for a country to work. By the way, Jay Inslee only has 0.4%. He's one of the lowest three here.
To places like your home state of Ohio, can you make that same promise?
Yes, I believe you can. But first, let's say the president came and said, don't sell your house to people in Youngstown, Ohio. And in his administration, just in the last 2 years, we lost $4,000 jobs at a General Motors facility. That rippled throughout our community. General Motors got a tax cut. General Motors got a bailout. And then they have the audacity to move a new car that they're going to produce to Mexico. I've had family members that have to unbolt a machine from the factory floor, put it in a box, and ship it to China. My area where I come from in Northeast Ohio, this issue we're talking about here, it's been going on 40 years. This is not a new phenomenon in the United States of America.
No.
The bottom 60% haven't seen a raise since 1980. Meanwhile, the top 1% control 90% of the wealth. We need an industrial policy saying we're going to dominate building electric vehicles. There's going to be 30 million made in the next 10 years. I want half of it made in the United States. I want to dominate the solar industry.
Thank
and manufacture those here in the United States.
Senator Warren,
Wow.
are they coming back? Are these jobs coming back?
So we've had an industrial policy.
Wow. That was a pretty good response there by Tim Ryan. Basically common sense.
Giant corporations have exactly one loyalty, and that is to profits. And if they can save an
That's a
employee
pretty
jobs,
that was a good
so-
response there by Tim Ryan. No, my comment on that is, yeah, we are moving more to monopolies. You know, there's big pharma, there is big oil, big banks, there's big tech. So we do have these monopolies that control a whole lot. Okay, but you'll have to keep in mind some businesses are not part of that monopoly. Or actually, it is. Especially there's a media. You could argue big media is one. I'm just going to turn off Pocahontas here for a little bit because it doesn't matter what she has to say. She's just going to repeat the same thing that, corporations are evil, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, that was a good response there by Tim Ryan. And that is part of the problem with capitalism is the freer the market, the freer, the more chance it is for a few people to control everything. Simply because they own more money. See, my policy is you need to just be wiser, more experienced in order to control more. But capitalism, one of the problems with capitalism is it favors a person with money, not necessarily with morals. So let's start it again here.
To keep private insurance in addition to a government healthcare plan. Why is an incremental approach, in your view, better than a sweeping overall?
Well, I think it's a bold approach. It's something that Barack Obama wanted to do when we
hail
were working
Barack
on the Affordable
Obama.
Care Act, and that is a public option. I am just simply concerned about kicking half of America off of their health insurance in 4 years, which is exactly what this bill says. So let me go on beyond that. There is a much bigger issue in addition to that, and that is pharmaceuticals. The president literally went on TV on Fox and said that people's heads would spin when they see how much he would bring down pharmaceutical prices. Instead, 2,500 drugs have gone up in double digits since he came into office. Instead, he gave $100 billion in giveaways to.
That's because Congress is the one who controls. I don't think people understand. See, first, okay. I would like people to understand is that the president doesn't control everything, is that the president needs the help of Congress, and he had a Republican Senate and a Republican House of Representatives, and they did absolutely nothing. So when people are like, oh, the president, 25,000 drugs and went up, blah, 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 that's because Congress didn't care that the drug prices were going up. Keep in mind, Congress controls everything. And it's just the president, whether or not the president decides to pander to Congress is really what makes the president stand out. Does the president say no to what Congress says, or does it say yes to what Congress says? And that's what makes the president special and different.
Insurance. Look at the business model of an insurance company. It's to bring in as many dollars as they can in premiums and to pay out as few dollars as possible for your health care. That leaves families with rising premiums, rising co-pays, and fighting with insurance companies to try to get the health care that their doctors say that they and their children need. Medicare for All solves that problem. And I understand. There are a lot of politicians who say, oh, it's just not possible, we just can't do it. It's have a lot of political reasons for this. What they're really telling you is they just won't fight for it. Well, health care is a basic human right.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No one is entitled to health care. No one is justly entitled to receive health care.
My goal is to ensure that every American is well enough to live to their full potential because they have health care. In Laredo, Texas, I met a young man, 27 years old, told me he'd been to a doctor once in his life. And on that visit, he was told he had diabetes, told he had glaucoma, and he was told untreated because he doesn't have health care, he'll be dead before the age of 40. So getting to guarantee high quality universal health care as quickly and surely as possible.
I think we should all know by now that whenever the government controls something, it's never high quality.
The ability to see a mental health care provider. In Texas, the single largest provider of mental health care services is the county jail system today. And healthcare also has to mean that every woman can make her own decisions about her own body and has access to care that makes that possible.
There we go. Starting to kill babies now. Because it's about the woman. It's always about the individual. What the individual wants. What the woman wants. Not what's right. Not what's just.
And your family, you're able to keep it. We preserve choice by making sure that everybody has
time is up, Congressman, but I do want to ask a follow-up on this one. Just to be very clear, I'll give you 10 seconds. Would you replace private insurance?
No, I think the choice is fundamental to our ability to get everybody.
Private insurance is not working for tens of millions of Americans. When you talk about the co-pays, the deductibles, the premiums, the out-of-pocket expenses, it's not working. How can you defend a system that's not working?
They can choose Medicare. For the ordinary workers in
you got to start by acknowledging the system is not working for people.
They're able to keep them.
Why are you defending private insurance?
They like their private health insurance, by the way. It should be noted that 100 million Americans. I mean, I think we should be the party that keeps what's working and fixes what's broken. I mean, doesn't that make sense? I mean, we should give everyone in this country health care as a basic human right for free.
It's not a human right.
Also give them the option to buy private insurance. Why do we have to stand for taking away something from people? And also, it's bad policy. If you go to every hospital in this country and you ask them one question,
I think Bill de Blasio lost in that little scuffle there because,
every one of your bills were paid Medicare rate. Every single hospital administrator said,
and
the Medicare for All bill requires payments to stay at current Medicare rates. So to some extent, we're basically supporting a bill that will have every hospital closed. I mean, my dad was a union electrician, right? I actually grew up in a working class family. He loved the health care that the IBEW gave him. And I just always think about my dad and anything I would do from a policy perspective. He'd look at me and he'd say, good job, John, for getting health care for every American.
I've let this play out a little bit because I'm fascinated to hear the daylight between you. Congressman Gabbard, weigh in here.
I think we're talking about this in the wrong way. You're talking about one bill over another bill. Really what we're talking about is our objective, making sure that every single sick American in this country is able to get the health care that they need.
Okay. Oh my gosh, okay. Where to begin? Okay, first of all, Bill de Blasio, I think, lost that because Beto O'Rourke and John Delaney, I think, sort of won that. Again, I think they sort of won that little mini argument because I think most Americans can agree that if you do have a Medicare for all type system, why not for the people it doesn't work, why not let people choose also to use their private insurance? So again, if the Democrats want to be the party of choice, if they want to be pro-choice, why can't you let the people choose if they want private health care, government-ran, low-quality health care? Let them decide. Oh, here's Cory Booker, the huge mayor of Newark. Here we go.
Retirement issue, because in my community, African Americans have a lower life expectancy because of poorer health care. And so where I stand is very clear. Health care is not just a human right, it should be an American right. And I believe the best way to get there.
Okay, first of all, it's not a human right. It's not a human right. Healthcare is not a human right. A right is something that somebody is justly entitled to. First of all, no one is justly entitled to healthcare. No one is entitled to healthcare. No one has a just reason for healthcare. To get government health care. Some people are, though. Such as if you have cancer, you have a just reason. Okay? But, again, Cory Booker's making a race issue. First, he said African Americans have a lower life expectancy rate in my neighborhood. Not because it's a race issue. But right away he says it's because they don't have quality health care. First of all, define quality healthcare. Second of all, how can you correlate that? Okay, whatever study you are referring to in your mind, does the study say it's because of healthcare, or is that just a demographic statistic? Okay, do they have lower life expectancy rates because they kill each other, they shoot each other? It's because they take more drugs, or oh no, Cory Booker. Of course, it's because of health care. Now let's listen to what Mini Al Gore has to say.
And I am the only candidate here who has passed a law protecting a woman's right of reproductive health and health insurance. And I'm the only candidate who has passed a public option. And I respect everybody's goals and plans here. But we do have one candidate that's actually advanced the ball. And we got to have access for everyone. I've done it as a
Senator Klobuchar, I want to give you, fascinated by this, Senator Klobuchar.
I just want to say
Make it about abortion.
fought pretty hard for women's right to choose. So I'll start with that. I want to make very clear, I think we share the goal of universal health care.
Oh my gosh.
The idea
Everybody
that-
clapped. Yay, we're murdering babies. Yay.
This idea is that you use Medicare or Medicaid without any insurance companies involved. You could do it either way. And the estimates are 13 million people would see a reduction in their premiums. 12 more million people would get covered. So I think it is a beginning and the way you start and the way you move to universal health care.
Secretary Castro, this one is for you. All of you on stage support a woman's right to an abortion. You all support some version of a government health care option.
The woman's right to kill a baby. Right. Are you justly entitled to kill a baby?
In reproductive freedom, I believe in reproductive justice.
Oh.
What that means is that just because a woman, or let's also not forget someone in the trans community, a trans female,
Oh, here we go.
is poor, doesn't mean they shouldn't have the right to exercise
Here we go.
that right to choose.
This
So
is
I
America.
would,
This is America.
on that,
Make it about a transgender.
knows that in
This
our
is
country
America.
today,
This is where we are.
a person's right to choose is under assault in places like Missouri.
Because it's not about the choice. It's not about the choice. It's about killing a human being. People are not justly entitled to kill a human being. Yes, it's about the choice. It is about the choice. The choice to kill a human being.
Everybody can get and exercise that right.
Senator Warren,
That right.
limits on-
A right, again, is something you are justly entitled
I
to.
want to make certain that every woman has access
Access.
to the full range of reproductive health care
Access.
services. And that includes birth control, it includes abortion, it includes everything for a woman. And I would
Everything.
add on that, it's not enough for us to expect the courts to protect us. 47 years ago, Roe versus Wade was decided, and we've all looked to the courts all that time. As state after state has undermined Roe, has
Good.
been exceptions, has come right up to the edge of taking away
Your
protection.
time is up, Senator.
We now have an America where most people support Roe versus Wade. We need to make that federal.
Not true.
Thank you. Senator Booker, I want to kind of come back on a discussion we were having about health and the opioid crisis. You represent a state where 14 of the 20 largest pharmaceutical companies are based. Should pharmaceutical companies that manufacture these drugs be held criminally liable for what they do?
They should absolutely be held criminally liable because they are liable and responsible. This is one of the reasons why, well before I was running for president, I said I would not take contributions from pharma companies, not take contributions from corporate PACs or pharma executives, because they are part of this problem. And this opioid addiction in our country, we in cities like mine have been seeing how we've tried to arrest our way out of addiction for too long. It is time that we have a national urgency to deal with this problem and make the solutions that are working to actually be the law of our land and make the pharmaceutical companies that are responsible help to pay for that.
Congressman O'Rourke, how would you deal?
Tonight in this country, you have 2.3 million of our fellow Americans behind bars. It's the largest prison population on the face of the planet.
All right.
They're there for
Are you going to answer the
nonviolent
question?
crimes, including possession of marijuana, at a time that more than half the states have legalized it or decriminalized it. And yet, despite what Purdue Pharma has done, their connection to the opioid crisis and the overdose deaths that we're seeing throughout this country, they've been able to act with complete impunity and pay no consequences, not a single night in jail. Unless there's accountability and justice, this crisis will continue. In my administration, we will hold them to account. We will make sure that they pay a price, and we will help those who've been victims of this malfeasance in this country, get them treatment and long-term care.
I know immigration is on a lot of your minds here.
Oh,
and
okay.
I want to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in a moment. We need to take a break. We'll be back with more from Miami after this.
Okay, good. There's a break. Finally. Finally.
Good evening, everyone.
Okay, so we'll stop that there. A minute and 30 seconds. I want to say right here, Merriam-Webster, right, something to which one has a just claim, such as the power or privilege to which someone is justly entitled. Okay? And said voting rights, his right to decide. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Someone does not have a just claim, does not have power or privilege, does not have a justly entitled power or justly entitled privilege to kill a baby. Again, this is a democratic debate. Why do I expect something different? But the fact of the matter is people are tuning in, they are watching, and they're like, yeah, women should have choice. It's all about the choice. People care more about the choice and not the consequences. They just truly don't care. So we have 30 seconds left. And you can see right here, tomorrow night's debate, we're going to have, hopefully I can live stream that. I don't know. This is a last minute live stream. But we'll see. About 15 seconds left. You're going to see Michael Bennet, Joe Biden, Pete Buttigieg, Kirsten Gillibrand, Kamala Harris, John Hickenlooper, Bernie Sanders, Eric Swalwell, Marianne Williamson, and Andrew Yang. So here it is. It's coming back on. Let's tune back in. Immigration, my favorite issue. My favorite.
To an issue that has been in the news, especially this week. There are undocumented children being held alone in detention.
Alone.
As close as Homestead, Florida, right here, less than 30 miles from where we are tonight. Fathers and mothers and children are dying while trying to enter the United States of America.
Dying?
We saw that image today that broke our hearts. And they had names. Oscar Martinez and his 23-month-old daughter Valeria died trying to cross the river to ask for asylum in this country.
Asylum from what?
More than 130,000 migrants were apprehended at the southern border.
Good. Send them back.
Castro, if you were president today, what would you specifically do?
Thank you very much, Jose. I'm very proud that in April I became the first candidate to put forward a comprehensive immigration plan, and we saw those images.
Yeah.
That image of Scott and his daughter Valeria is heartbreaking. It should also piss us all off.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
And it should spur us to action. If I were president today, I would sign an executive order that would get rid of Trump's zero tolerance policy, the Remain in Mexico policy, and the metering policy. This metering policy is basically what prompted Oscar and Valeria to make that risky swim across the river. They have been playing games with people who are coming and trying to seek asylum at our ports of entry. Oscar and Valeria went to a port of entry, and then they were denied the ability to make an asylum claim.
Because they're illegal. Why were they denied the ability to seek an asylum claim? Because they had nothing to seek asylum from.
Executive order that would address metering, and then I would follow that up in my first 100 days with immigration reform that would honor asylum claims, that would put undocumented immigrants, as long as they haven't committed a serious
Undocumented, no, illegal.
And then we go to the root cause of the issue, which is we need a Marshall Plan for Honduras and Guatemala and El Salvador, so that people can
say it with the Spanish accent. The Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador. Make sure you all know that I am Hispanic. You vote for me because I'm Hispanic.
la situación ahora es inaceptable. Este presidente ha atacado, ha demonizado los...
Oh my gosh. All right, I think we're probably going to end the coverage. Okay, why are people appealing to illegal immigrants? Why are people running? Why are people going to be voted upon how liberal they are with immigration? How many illegal immigrants will you let in this year? How many illegal immigrants would I let in this day? That's what we've come to. No, why?
We need to make sure that we address the issues that made Oscar and Valeria come in the first place by making major investments in the Northern Triangle. Not like
No. Don't invest money where we already have and where it doesn't work. Values. What values? What values? The values to kill a baby?
My plan, and I'm glad to see that Senator Booker, Senator Warren, and Governor Inslee agree with me on this. My plan also includes getting rid of Section 1325 of the Immigration and Nationality Act, to go back to the way we used to treat this when somebody comes across the border, not to criminalize desperation, to treat that as a...
No. Crossing the border is a crime.
We see all of this horrendous family separation.
Yeah.
They use that law, Section 1325, to justify under the law separating little children from their families.
But then they reunite, and most of these children, they're not even with their parents. Most of these children aren't even with their parents. They're with people who are using the children just to cross the border. Separation really from families? Is that what it's from? Sure. Okay. Some are, but they get reunited. So they're afraid. What? No.
This country, because look at the bottom line here. That tragic photo of that parent, that child. And I'm saying this as a father. Every American should feel that in their heart. Every American should say that is not America. Those are not our values. But we have to get
our value is for our people
in our system, because we're not being honest about the division that's been fomented in this country. The way that American citizens have been told that immigrants somehow created their misery and their pain and their challenges.
They did.
American citizens out there who
They did.
You're falling behind, who feel the American dream's not working for you. The immigrants didn't do that to you.
Yes, they did.
The big corporations did that to you.
Oh.
The 1% did that to you. We need to be the
In a sense.
working people, and that includes a party of immigrants. But first, we have
No, not a party of immigrants. No.
that we're going to be on their side every single time against those big corporations who created this mess to begin with. And remind people we're all in this
No.
together. If we don't change that debate, that politics that's holding us back, we won't get all these reforms people are talking about. That's what we need to do as Democrats.
Congresista O'Rourke, ¿qué haría usted en el primer día si usted es presidente sobre esta realidad que está ocurriendo? What would you do, Congressman?
No. What?
At the White House.
Vamos a tratar.
Why are they speaking in Spanish? Okay, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. We're not doing this. They're speaking in Spanish. They're speaking in Spanish. Listen. They're speaking in Spanish. They don't realize that there's a problem with corporations and also with the people coming across the border. They don't realize that the countries that these people come from, they are ruined because of those people. We didn't ruin those countries. We didn't ruin Honduras and Guatemala. It's those types of people. It's their policies. It's their culture that simply allows for it. Then they try to cross into America. Just reap and suck away from the American millions, billions of dollars a year. Okay. And then we try to speak in Spanish to accommodate them. They grow up and okay, I'm done. We're done with the live stream. Hopefully y'all enjoyed because they're speaking in Spanish and yeah, we're not. Nope. Goodbye.